John Frost looked on the gathered crowd, now 3,000 strong. With heavy heart, his voice rang loud as he sang this loveless song. God is a guide from field, from wave, from plough, from anvil, and from loom. We come our country's rights to save and speak a tyrant faction's doom. We raise the watchword liberty. We will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. And bobbies took an oath to be our nation's warders, swearing that they would enforce Sir Robert's Rules of Order. Till Newport rose a million friends who rallied each supporter to join this flood of working men against Robert's Rules of Order. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. Like this, on the steps of Parliament, John Frost stood proud and tall. A hush fell on this great event as he told them one and all, depose the gentry and the crown, depose the House of Lords, or join the Queen in exile by Robert's Rules of Order. So Chartists, Luddites, Communists, recall each faithful martyr who died so you could have your new world Robert's Rules of Order. Say it loud, vote your favor, shout it high. All in favor, you say aye. Favor, aye. Favor, aye. A mandate of the people's cry. Favor, aye. Favor, aye. Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed, you say nay. Opposed, opposed. The motion carries anyway. Currents change and bring to us our dear corrupted warder. In chains subdued and ill-abused, he's left with no supporters. Mobility's will can then proceed by our own rules of order. And we'll all cheer for country's sake when Robert's drawn in quarter. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament shall be reborn with Robert's Rules of Order.
Okay, and we got it like set. And listen, again, this is not safe for work, so anyone who's watching this, so I'm going to repeat what I said to Mike before the show started. I am going to switch microphones because this one's like right in my face. And it's very suggestive. So yeah, we're going to go with this. I know she never says I'd like the smaller one, but in this case, she is saying, I'd like the smaller version. So for right now, I know I'm not centered. I know I've got a big thing in my face. But this is just the way it's going to be for right now. So, hello everyone. I know there's not quite as many Roberts fanatics, but I'm sure more people will show up. The stream I did last night had like nearly 1,000 people on it at one time. It was absolutely insane. But those of you who are watching this, we know you are the hardcore. You are here for the heretics. And it turns out I'm a heretic in more places than one, but you're definitely here for the Robert's Rules of Order heretics. So, what was that? What did you do? Did you play some?
That's my phone being stupid.
Okay. So I upgraded my phone to a Fold 6 this week. I'm still figuring out some of the quirks. So. Okay. Well, why don't you tell everyone about your postponement, because that's new news.
Okay. Yeah, I originally was slated to take this exam yesterday, but I decided I was going to postpone it to the fall just because of giving more time to study up for it, and a combination of what's been going on with other activities within the party and personal side of other issues going on there has just made it so that something had to give, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
So,
and we're hoping
life sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And we're hoping to do more regular streams. Though next Sunday, I hope we're still streaming. But just an FYI, I am going to storage on Sunday. It's normally a Saturday thing. But Wayne and I have other plans for Saturday. Can't really say what they are yet. Because they're in flux. there's multiple options, but Saturday's kind of been set aside. So I'll be coming right from storage to do the show, but I'm still planning on it. And didn't get to go yesterday. Things were just too crazy, busy, and Winrich couldn't go either. And I don't like going down there by myself. All right, so we have the 12 questions queued up. I did type them out like last time because everyone said that was a lot more helpful. I don't see Richard Brown here, who is the one who said it was particularly helpful. But we're going to get right into them because I have to be honest with you. It's been, as you know, but that we're not going to get into here. It's been a week for me. It's been a week. Oh, it's really been a week, and it's not going to get any easier. But I am going to try to get back on a regular streaming schedule, and it's not going to be LP shit. It really isn't. Actually, I started getting on Facebook back into some theological debates. If you want to think libertarians are assholes, just get into theological debates. You will long for the libertarian infighting. You really will. I mean, I just posted one thing just to see the bomb explode on Twitter, and I was just sitting there with my popcorn going, yeah, this makes libertarian infighting look like nothing.
And by the way, there is no S in Revelation. I looked
there
up
isn't.
4 different Bibles. There's not.
It's ridiculous. All these people who speak so authoritatively on the book of Revelation, says the book of Revelations, and that just gives me Forrest Whitaker eye so bad. I will not take a thing. I've
gotten for years myself, so.
Yeah, but you're not a Christian either. I give non-Christians a pass. But people who are acting like they're teaching other people the Bible who are Christians, and they say the book of Revelations, I have immediately discounted anything you've said. Don't be a dumbass. It's the book of Revelation because it's the revelation of St. John or the apocalypse of St. John. It's not the book of Revelations. And in libertarian terms, it's not the Dallas Accords. It's the Dallas Accord. There's no S on Revelation. There's no S on Accord. Okay. I had to get that out of my system. And even that movie, The Omen, which I do like, says Book of Revelations. Has a Catholic priest saying the Book of Revelations. No, it's Revelation. Singular.
Catholics say Revelations, though. I used to be one of those. I know this. I think that's why I was getting it wrong all these years.
It is known. We can speak a Dothraki here. It is known.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying in the past I got it.
I'm just saying, but everyone lost their frickin' mind because I corrected them. But let me tell you, they won't get it wrong again. Book of Revelation. Singular. Thank you. Okay, let's get on to Robert's Rules of Order. We go from the Book of Revelation to Robert's Rules of Order.
Pass the 4 horsemen.
Yes, and I do see Stephen Ecker in chat. Hello there. Okay. Hold on. I want to get to where, even though we're going to put the questions on the screen, I'm going to need to look to where the answers are at. And reminding everyone, we are still working in the 11th because that is what this test is keyed to. But let's go to the first question. And if I didn't screw things up, we should be able to do this a lot smoother than we did last week. Here we go. Okay. A main motion can be improved before action is taken. Already, I think that question's a little vague. But anyway, A, by a motion to substitute, I love substitutes so hard. Oh, I love them so hard.
Man,
by a motion to substitute.
This font is funky. This font is funky.
I like my font. You shitting on my font. The kerning on it's not so great. By a motion to substitute an entire new text of the main motion in place of the pending version. B, before it is stated by the chair, any member can suggest a modification in the motion, which the maker, missed an R, can accept or reject. C, After it is stated by the chair, the maker can request unanimous consent to modify the motion. If there is an objection, the modification must be introduced in the form of an amendment. D, all of the above are correct, and I think there's a wrong answer here. But we'll have to see.
This looks like an early softball with an answer of D.
Yeah, I don't think B is correct.
No, I said D.
Oh, yeah, because before it's stated by the chair. You are correct. Yeah. I was thinking B was trying to sneak in a friendly amendment, but a friendly amendment, which doesn't exist, is after a motion is stated by the chair. So you are correct.
Which is what C is, yeah. Yeah.
Is D. Yes. But there are no, stop saying the words friendly amendment. Get those out of your vocabulary. If you work in Roberts, apparently there are such things as friendly amendments in the API. What's it? American AIPSC. Apparently there is friendly amendments in that. Marcelo Canales from Twitter. What is Robert's Rules of RONR's Robert's Rules of Order newly revised? This is us geeking out, like total libertarian geekville. And I'm a registered parliamentarian. Mike is studying for his exam. So that's what we're doing. We're just going through questions to help him do his study prep. Okay. Are we ready for number 2? So you got that one right.
By the way, what's a hostile amendment for AIP anyway?
Yeah, it's one that the maker doesn't accept, I think is all it means. I don't know. We'll need to start studying AIPSC if we want to get our certified parliamentarian thing, which you have to know Roberts and Demeter's and all kinds of other codes. It's in the future. Probably when I get, listen, I'm saying when already. Because I am just so tired of the drama. So I'll say when I'm not quite as involved in the LP and getting involved in other organizations that might be using different parliamentary authorities. Because the AIPSC is an important parliamentary authority. And there is one now disaffiliated group. The old LP of New Mexico uses AIPSC. Good luck finding someone for cheap to help you out, because there just isn't as many people that know that. But anyway, number 2, let's go.
It's like a second string versus the varsity, yeah.
Okay, now let me move us out of the way. So we'll move you here, and we'll move me here. Here we are. So some assemblies provide in their rules for the automatic referral of all motions to specified, and I think, did I spell specified wrong? Doesn't matter. Standing committees. A, dealing with all classes of subjects.
You said specific item.
Yeah, whatever. B, I already got some, but I'll take more. Wayne's getting me all liquored up. I wonder if he's going to try to take advantage of me.
I figured that Mike needed a handicap, so.
Burn.
Look at it. Tell Wayne that you like it on top, so,
Burn. He just burnt you so hard you didn't even hear it. Okay.
I did hear what he said.
Okay. B, dealing with certain classes of subjects. C, after a certain number of amendments have been proposed. And D, unless the subject deals with financial obligations. And good evening, Richard Brown is here. We're only on our second question. We're doing 12 tonight. Richard, I am doing these where I type them out. So you said that was helpful before, so we took that to heart. So now it's up to you.
We got totally derailed and distracted there. Okay. Some assemblies provide in their rules for the automatic referral of all main motions to specific standing committees. Wait. Okay. Dealing with all classes, subject classes. Ooh, this is in the weeds. Let's see.
We actually do have this in the LP. We just don't word it this way. But we do have this in effect. I could give you an example.
I gotta go. Yeah, go. Please do.
Say the LNC wants a bylaws amendment.
Uh-huh.
Can the LNC pass it?
The bylaws committee.
Exactly. So it is an automatic referral to committee.
Yeah.
We don't refer to it that way, but that is basically what it is.
Well, I'm going to, judging from the way this is worded, providing rules automatic referral of all main motions.
Let me give you another
committees.
example on the LNC.
Well, hold on. I'm trying to walk through this here.
Okay.
I don't think all classes makes any sense, although you could do that because that's the ultimate in passing the buck. B definitely makes a lot of sense for certain classes. C, after a certain number of amendments, you could do that, but that's not always the case. And subject class deals with that. D doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what's your other example?
And okay, this is going to mess you up, so I'm going to tell you just pick the best answer. The LNC, policy manual says if you're dealing with a ballot encumbrance, it has to go to the executive committee.
Okay.
So that is a financial obligation.
I'm going to go with B, dealing with certain classes
Yes.
of subjects, because look, I mean, the looks of it, it's just like, well, certain things you do, certain things you don't. And let's be real. If you're passing the buck to a committee on everything, then what the hell do you have the main assembly in the first place? So yeah, I'm sticking with B.
Yeah, B is correct, and it is the best answer because a financial obligation is a class of a subject. But let's talk about when A can be true. I probably shouldn't say this because the LNC will probably do this to me, which is what the 2021 LNC should have done with me. But I have to be honest with you, I'm not going to cry because, like, whatever. Say you have a troublesome member that you don't like. It was a certain person of our, a certain person of our acquaintance suggested this, is that since the LNC can delegate all of its authority, if it wants to keep a certain person out of all decisions, they would just delegate its entire authority to a committee comprising everyone on the LNC but that person. Now, of course, that would look really shitty to the members, and I don't think they'd get away. I don't think they'd get away with it, particularly with an officer. I don't think they could probably get away with it with an at-large. I don't think they could get away with it with a regional or an officer. But anyway, that can be done. It's super shitty and it puts tyranny on full display, but it can be done.
Yeah, let's just let's just keep the treasurer out of all of our decisions on which involve our finances, and let's throw these terrible optics out there just because we're having a sniff.
And let's have meetings without a secretary. I know it'd be like really bad, but in theory it can be done. But you just show yourself for the tyrants that you are. But anyway, it is an interesting thought experiment, at least, and I do think that can be useful for certain things. So for instance, last term when an LNC member was suing the LNC, any discussions, but this person agreed to voluntarily sit out all meetings. But let's say they didn't, the LNC could, I think, very justifiably have referred that subject only to a committee comprising everyone but that person. But that person was a regional, and the first question was D, Richard. That person voluntarily deferred to their alternate, so it never became an issue. Okay, we're going on to question number 3. I'm going to start numbering these questions next time, I think. Number 3. If a main motion, an amendment to the main motion, and a motion to postpone to a certain time are pending, which of the following should be voted on first? A motion. Well, I don't know why it says a motion to vote on the. It should just be.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, but you know what it means. The motion to postpone by ballot. That doesn't. What? That doesn't even make any sense.
Question.
Hold on. I want to make sure I typed this right. No, I typed it right. Yeah, this is really dumb. But anyway, a motion to vote on the postponement by ballot. B, a motion to recess for 15 minutes. C, a motion to refer the main motion question to a committee. D, a motion to lay the pending questions on the table. This is bizarre.
Okay. This is a crazy question because the last three don't even factor into the original question. Tongue in cheek, my initial response was B, take 15 minutes to figure out what in the hell we're talking about here. But at the same time, okay, we have a main motion, an amendment to the main motion, and the motion to postpone to a certain time are pending, which adheres to the main motion and to the amendment because they would both go together if that passes. So if you take the vote to postpone to a time pending first, that would take the main and amendment with it to that time certain. A recess for 15 isn't in that stack, but you could vote on that ahead of those just because. A motion to refer the motion to committee. You could do that, I think. This has to do with what takes precedence over what. That's very clear. A motion to lay the pending questions on the table. That I think yields to the. This is where I wish I had that yielding schedule on me.
Yeah.
No. I'm not totally sure on this one, and I'll admit that it's just because I haven't done the schedule, the yields of who to what lately. I haven't looked at it lately,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna take a swag and say A.
It's B. Recess takes precedence
It is B.
over all of that.
Wait a minute, my joke was right.
Your joke was right.
I'll be
The
damned.
the motion to recess takes precedence over all of that.
Well, that makes sense, really. That does make sense if you think about it. So, and not only from my humorous rationality, but from a real one, it does make perfect sense.
So it is B, and A actually wasn't worded badly. This wasn't. What A is actually saying isn't referring to the motion to postpone. I mean, it is, but it's actually saying, yeah, I want to vote on the motion to postpone, but I want to do it by ballot. So it's actually a motion regarding the form of voting.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah. It like wigged me out
tricky.
for a second. It's tricky dicky. But as Richard said, a motion to recess is second only to a motion to adjourn. All right. Number 3.
Okay.
In
4.
organizations that meet less than often than a quarterly time interval, or that meet... Oh, God, let me move you down. I'm going to move me over next to you. Look, hi. Okay. In organizations that meet less than often than quarterly time intervals, or that meet as a convention of delegates, the bylaw should require which individuals to issue a call of each meeting. A, the president, or we would say the chair. B, an elected officer. C, an appointed officer, or D, the secretary.
President.
Hold on one second. It's the secretary.
Say what?
Normally, the secretary does issue notices. The president can, or chair can order it, but normally the secretary issues it. It says issue, not call it. Not order it, issue it.
Okay. I think they're splitting hairs there, but I see their point.
They are splitting hairs there, and I only know that because I'm a secretary.
Yeah, that's splitting hairs, but okay.
And this term and the term before were actually doing another thing correctly. In past LNC terms, the agenda used to be put out by the chair, which is stupid. It's not supposed to be done. The chair does set it, but it gets issued usually in written, at least by the secretary. It's just considered administrative work that the chair shouldn't be bothered in doing. And speaking of which, I need to write the agenda for the special meeting on Wednesday. And I still got to write those policy manual amendments that I don't agree with. Okay. But I'm going to write them well just in case they pass. I don't want to write shitty amendments. All right. 4. Let's move. What?
This is number 5.
It's number
This
4.
is number
I have
5.
them numbered. No, it isn't. We can go through them all again. I'll show you. I have them numbered on my screen.
Where?
Oh, maybe it is number 5. I have it on my side screen here. It is number 5. Oh, fuck you.
That's Wayne's job.
To fuck you?
Actually, for me, that's my wife's job. For you, it's Wayne's job.
I was going to say that better not be Wayne's job. Is there something you two need to tell me? Okay. Previous notice may be properly given in the following way. A. By written notice distributed at any meeting during the previous calendar quarter. B.
What?
By oral announcement of the she said oral. Excuse me. By oral announcement of the general purport. I can never say that word. Purpose. Purport. Whatever. Of the proposal at the previous meeting. C. By written notice distributed as members enter the meeting. D. By oral notice given at the preceding meeting after the chair has declared the meeting adjourned.
Okay. Oh, previous notice. Okay. I'm not sure about that distribution previous quarter stuff. I'm not sure about that one. Oral announcement of the general purport at the previous meeting. That could be true. C seems kind of late in the game, unless it's because the rules require something more specific. And then, let's see, D, by oral notice given preceding me if the chair is declared. I think the best answer out of all of these is D.
It's actually B.
Giving notice at the previous meeting?
Mm-hmm. I already knew
I
B
can
was
solve
correct.
that.
I didn't know if any of the well, I knew C is wrong. That's too late. I knew
Exactly.
B was right. I didn't know about A and D, but I knew B was right, so that's what I went with B.
That's fair. I was thinking
Excuse
either
me.
B or D because either one of those are within with either the oral announcement. Yeah, it's well in advance of when it's supposed to happen. I guess is
But I
the
think
reasoning. Yeah, that's what I was
D.
thinking.
But I think D is kind of correct. Let's look at this one because I think D is correct as well. I think you can give previous notice after adjournment. I know B is the best answer, but for some reason, I thought D was right, just not the best answer. So in the 11th version, it says page 122, lines 22 through 24.
122 lines 22.
Now, I could be wrong. I know B is the best
24.
answer.
Okay, that is in. Let's see. Hold on a minute. That is under. Trying to get the section for you for the 12th, just for sake of shits and giggles here. Where the hell is it? It is under section 10 main motion. It is. Hold on. Paid stupid notes. Hold on. Let me grab the other one too.
Okay, it
I'm
says
doing two things. I'm working two
okay.
books here.
I think D is the right answer in a different section. So it says if previous notice is given at a meeting, it can be given orally, blah, blah, blah. It says only the purport need to be indicated. But it doesn't say.
What was the line number on 122 again?
It was 22 through 24. But I do think D is right.
Right. Let's see here.
On page 123, maybe it. Oh, it's you can't do it after the meeting has been declared adjourned, but I think you could do it after the motion's been stated but not voted on. I think that's where I'm getting confused.
Okay. In the 12th, it's at 10:47. And
oh no, okay, it says right here, this is what I was thinking of, but it's before the chair declared the meeting adjourned. It says notice is also in order even after it has been voted to adjourn, provided that the chair has not yet declared the meeting adjourned. So that's what confused me on D. So the vote could have been taken, but it hadn't been declared yet. You can still give previous notice. Okay.
Got it.
That's what confused me.
Okay,
all right.
yeah.
So B is the only right.
That was a good depth dive too. So.
Yeah. Okay, we're back to previous notice. If previous notice is given at a meeting, A, the full text of the motion or resolution must be admitted. B, the notice is in order when another person has been assigned the floor and has begun to speak. C, it is in order even after it has been voted to adjourn. D, it must be in writing.
Previous notice is given at a meeting. Well, we just said that. If on C that it would be in order if actually voted to adjourn before the chair declares it to adjourn. We just said that.
Right.
At least that's what I thought you said. Let's see. The full text or resolution must be admitted. Admitted when? I mean, that's not very.
I think it means at a meeting because of the top part. That's the way I would take it.
Okay. Let's see. Full notice order. I'm not so sure about that one unless it's part of the orders of business, and it's got a time certain on it. So I'm not going to say B. There's an order if there's been voted to adjourn. We just talked about it a little bit. It must be in writing. It should be in writing. Doesn't mean it has to be.
My hair is getting too damn long. I don't like it this long.
Well, go for the Susan Powder look. Anyway.
I'm getting it cut back into a bob again.
Anyway, let's see. I'm going to stick with C just because I think what we just mentioned a minute ago.
That is correct, and let's talk about why all the other ones are not. D, it doesn't have to be in writing unless your special rules of order say so. You can give it orally. You do not, A, have to give the full text. You just need to give the general purport of it, unless special rules of order say otherwise. And B, it's not interruptible. So the only thing is...
Yeah, I knew B was wrong.
Yeah.
So
now your special rules can say it has to be in writing. And your special rules could say the full text needs to be given. The LNC special rules
assume that in this case.
Yeah, the LNC special rules say the full text is supposed to be given, but we don't really follow that. And like for instance, the Andrew Watkins motions, I haven't written yet the policy manual amendment, so someone could object that the full text hasn't been given. But you want to know why that won't matter? This is kind of a trick question. So Andrew talked about some special rules of order he wants passed. I said, I'll help you write the policy manual amendments that will be needed, even though I'm going to vote against them. At least I know they'll be written properly. Why doesn't it matter that I didn't do that before notice expired? Because they have to pass by a 2/3 vote, which is what would have been needed to suspend the rules to begin with. And he gave the general purport. We could always just go to an email ballot. If someone objects on that basis, that is really where you're getting into libertarian autism. It's going to pass, no matter what, except for I hope the first one doesn't pass, because I'm not trying to put Richard Brown on the spot, but I think even he agrees with me on that you cannot limit email motions to just one, because our bylaws allow, as long as you have 1/5 of the members of the LNC who co-sponsor an email motion, we could have 1 million email motions. Please don't do that to the secretary. Please don't. But you can't make a rule limiting a right that's granted in the bylaws in that way. So I hope Watkins sees that. We don't get into a stupid pissing match, because I'll have to object, because that is a member right, even though I personally don't like email motions at all. I fucking hate them.
Well, the other thing about it is this: if they try to limit to only one at a time, if you have multiple, first of all, it would slow email traffic from doing business down to a dead crawl, which is not conducive to getting work done. But the second thing about it is that if you have multiple motions for different topics, you're again derailing getting things done at the same time. So it's like,
we don't have that many. They're just ass mad because we had like 4 motions. And listen, it did get confusing. I messed something up. And I actually think that ballot should have been declared void because I put the wrong link in the opening. I don't like email ones. But let me tell you, I'm going through some of the historical stuff. Let me tell you what I like even less is when the LNC used to do ballots by postal mail. Oh my fucking God. But anyway, but number 1 is completely out of order, even though I personally don't mind it. Okay, now we're going on to question number.
There's a question in the chat.
Oh. Okay, we're talking about 2 separate things. So let's put this up here. Playing devil's advocate, doesn't one main motion need to be disposed of before starting another? We're talking about email ballots. Robert's Rules of Order doesn't deal with email ballots, except to tell you that you're a dumbass if you do them. It highly, highly discourages any kind of voting done in any means that is not a deliberative assembly. And email ballots are not a deliberative assembly. You can only do them if they are specifically authorized in your bylaws, and then it has to follow those rules. And our bylaws say that an email ballot can be started as long as 1/5 of LNC members co-sponsor it. So that can be 1 million of them. That can be absolutely 1 million of them. I wish we didn't have email ballots. I think they suck. Anyway.
They can drive you crazy. I know.
I know. I'm holding back on how I feel about email ballots. I don't think everyone understands that I don't like them. But anyway. But it would be out of order to limit it to just 1. Okay. Now we're on to what, number 6? Yes, here we go. And parliamentary. Yeah, we're going at a good clip, which is good because I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten dinner.
No, I was saying the limiting to email motions is like Lay's potato chips. You can't have just one.
God, I hate email motions. I hate them so much. That's why I did that special rule of order for 1 month e-meeting, so we could try not to have email motions. Anyway. In parliamentary terminology, which of the following words mean accept? We always fuck this up. God, because we don't do this a lot in the LP too. So let's give a little bit of the background here. When a committee delivers a report, you often will hear a motion to accept the report. And like, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
No.
Yeah, just don't. Just hear it. If they have motions coming out of it, hear the motions. Just leave it alone. You don't need to accept it. Oh my God, we're going to get into this a lot because this is where people think they're cute. But anyway, in parliamentary terminology, which of the following words means accept? A, adopt. B, ratify. C, receive. D, or file.
Now we've gone over this in the past.
I know, and we always fuck
that.
it up.
And I'm damned if I can remember what the hell we came up with then, because I know we had a really down in the weeds, wait a minute, argument over semantics on this.
and it's not something we typically do in the LP. We normally just hear the motions.
No, it's not. And if I remember correctly, that's not saying much.
I think I know what the answer is. Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't mean ratify for starters. We can eliminate that one. That has a totally different meaning and totally different issue. It has nothing to do with accepting anything from like a report.
We're going to get into ratify in a little bit, and I'm going to tell you, don't argue about it. Don't get all lathered up.
Anyway, I'm not. But anyway, and I don't think file is in the same direction either, because, that's different. So the question becomes, is it either receive or adopt? And you would think off the top of your head, it means to receive. But if I remember correctly, our argument of saying don't accept it means that if you accepted it, you're just basically adopting the report and the recommendations without debate. So I'm sticking with A.
Correct. Accept means you adopt it. Means you adopt every single word of it as an action of the assembly. And unless you've read through every sentence and you think that you don't, no, you should never do that. So yes,
it's a rubber stamp. And you and I have both seen in the past where we've had bylaws or platform reports get that rubber stamp treatment, and it drives us nuts. Because it's like, no, these things need to be discussed, debated, and tweaked. We know that. That's why they're here. Just rubber stamping it. It's like,
well, let's look up what it says. It's 124 lines 10 through 13. So it says, a motion to adopt, accept, or agree to an officer's or committee's report or recommendations, which the assembly by means of a main motion directed the officer or committee to prepare, is an incidental main motion. So anyway, so let me see here.
Keep going.
Yeah, but it only goes here through. I know I am going to keep going. A motion to adopt or accept a report or the recommendations of a standing committee prepared on the committee's own initiative and dealing with a subject that was not expressly referred to the committee as an original main motion. I don't care about any of that. No, this isn't what I was looking for. There's another thing we're looking for.
Yeah,
no, I want to. Yeah, I want to look at a different area. Because this isn't where you get into trouble. I don't know why they're telling us whether they're incidental or main motions. I don't give a crap about that. And I know why it's doing this is because it's in the section of the test under main motion. But let me look here.
It's probably under commit or
it's
committees.
Under adopt committee recommendations. So we're looking at 507 through 508 is another area. And this is under committees.
Yep.
And it is page 507 through 508. Okay, in rare instances, after an assembly has received a report, it may have occasion to adopt the entire report. An affirmative vote on such a motion has the effect of the assembly's endorsing every word of the report, including the indicated facts and reasoning as its own statement. That is why you do not do that. We don't really care whether it's an incidental main motion or an original main motion. God, I hate those classifications.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 5113 and a 12.
Right. So the answer is A, and don't do it. Okay. All right. Moving on. We're coming right along here. 7. Didn't we do this? We did this one already. Hold on.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
did that
doing.
one.
Oh, here we go. Sorry.
There we
I've had a lot of margaritas, which I need. If y'all want to know why I need a lot of margaritas, go listen to my 1.5-hour stream yesterday because it was spicy. It was like jalapeno, ghost pepper, frickin' spicy. Okay, the motion to ratify, except for Mike, don't watch it. Everyone else watch it.
I haven't.
Yep, I told you not to. The motion to ratify, A, is an incidental main motion. B, requires a 2/3 vote for adoption. C, is usually undebatable. D, is a privileged motion.
No, it's an incidental main.
Okay, let's see. I think you're right, even though we are dealing with main motion, so that would make sense.
It's back. It's back at 1054.
So
Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how I know that.
I'm looking for it. So it's number 55. Yep, it is A, an incidental main motion. Well, that would make sense because it's incidental to an action that was already taken,
Right.
and it wouldn't require 2/3 because. I wonder if it would require 2/3 if the original motion would have required 2/3, but that's facts not in evidence. Okay, and it would be debatable, and it's not privileged. Okay, yep, that makes sense. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
We are moving along at a good clip. Mimi, you're gonna have to brush up a bit here. You got 2 wrong in a row, but that's okay because Mike got 2 wrong too. But he's on a good clip now. Slow start, strong finish. Okay. What acts of an... She loves it that way. What acts of an organization can be ratified? A, minor violations of the bylaws. I am getting twitchy. I'm getting really twitchy. B, validate a viva voce, living la viva voce election when the bylaws require a ballot vote. C, such action as the assembly has the power to authorize in advance. D, any illegal procedure.
Okay, first of all, it sure as hell ain't A. We can eliminate that one immediately. What's a minor violation? B, let's see. Validate a viva voce when it does. Nah, I'm not sure about that one either. Because it seems to me that's violate. That's the same as B, violating the bylaws.
And I would think there'd be more than a minor violation. I think we're starting to get into major violation territory.
Well, what's a minor violation? Such an action the assembly is a part authorized in advance. That's kind of vague, and D is really badly worded. So, because I understand you're being twitchy. I don't want to go down a road there that we shouldn't go down. I'm going to say C, only because part of ratifying motion has to do with actions that could have been done in the absence of a quorum for a meeting, and then they do the action anyway, and then they would ratify it as valid in the following meeting when they have a quorum, but it was time sensitive to get it done. So I'm going with C.
You are correct. It is C. It can't be any illegal procedure because you can't ratify something illegal. It has to be something you could have done and it was illegal because of certain circumstances, such as not having a quorum, not enough notice, something to that effect. But something that if you had done it correctly, you would have been able to do it. That can be ratified. Something that you could never do under any circumstance, which would be an illegal procedure, you can't ratify. You can't ratify anything illegal.
Right.
And you can't ratify violations of the bylaws, minor or otherwise. You cannot. There's some people that need to learn that lesson really badly because they think the bylaws are the pirate's code where it's just a suggestion. Sorry. I'm a little salty. I'm a little salty. Okay.
I know why. It's okay.
A lot of people know why, because it's not like I'm shy about it. All right. The next, do we have the next one? No.
Yes. It
Wait,
just
no. Well, hold on. Yes,
No, go
that's
back.
right.
Go back one.
This one? No, we did that one.
No, we
So this
just
one.
did that one.
This one. Okay.
There you go.
I'm getting confused. You know all these weird controls, that this is a complicated program. We're doing rocket science here, and Mike is a literal rocket scientist, if you didn't know. Okay. A motion to ratify may apply to all of the following except A. And this is kind of a reword of the one we just did, but okay. It can make valid a voice vote, which is the same thing as vive voce, just so you know.
That was B. That was B on the previous. So no.
But some people don't know voice vote is the same thing as vive voce. Election, when the bylaws require an election by ballot. B, it can be amended by substituting a motion to censure. D, it can approve action taken at a regular meeting at which no quorum was present. D, it can approve emergency action taken by officers in excess of their instructions. This is very badly worded. I want to look at what this one is.
Actually, it's not, because both C and D are correct. So we know that much.
Yeah, but that makes it bad because there isn't an all of the above.
But the issue is apply to all the following except. So the exception is A.
Oh, derp. I'm an idiot. Never mind. I forgot that except. Oh, now it's easy.
I caught it that time.
I didn't.
I missed those in the past myself.
I didn't. I got fooled. Let me take a drink. I got fooled. Wayne, if you're watching, I really want some popcorn with onion salt on it.
Onion salt. Interesting.
It's really good. Oh my God, put onion salt on popcorn. It's really, I might have you call Wayne. It's really, really good. We've been watching Dark Mirror.
I give that a try here. So what?
We've been watching Black Mirror. Black Mirror. Wayne hates it. Yeah. I love it. You know me. I love my dystopian fiction. And every time we watch it, he's like, I didn't like that. Dystopian. It's very. Listen, that shit makes me think for months, man. That shit's crazy. Black Mirror. Anyway.
Have you seen the episode 1 Million Credits?
No, we're still on season 3.
It is. It's social credit scores go on cuckoo.
Oh no! I did see that one. What, the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he gets in that show, and then yes, that one made me think forever. Wayne hated it. I loved it.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, that was a good one. I saw the one with the pig where they made the prime minister have sex with the pig. Yeah, that was pretty sick.
Michelle Moda and I were binge watching that at her place in and around the New Orleans convention back when.
Yeah, that's in season 1. We're in 3 right now, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyway, I love it.
Anyway,
I freaking love it. Wayne hates it. Okay. So yeah, you're answering this one.
Yeah, I said it's all the following except for A.
Right. So it's A. A is correct because of except. That's what messed me up. Yeah. Yes. You cannot make valid a voice vote election when the bylaws require election by ballot. And people mess that up all the frickin' time. All right, next.
Yeah.
A motion to censure the action of an officer. A is not debatable. B is not amendable. C, I don't even know what this means, opens the entire question to debate. D may not be reconsidered.
Well, it's definitely debatable and definitely amendable. Because as we saw in the previous one, you can switch from an amendment to ratify, a motion to ratify into an amendment into a censure, which means you can also amend it out of a censure if you wish. So it's definitely amendable. Definitely debatable.
You can amend a censure to a commendation.
Yeah, you can. Exactly. So it's definitely amendable. So it's not A, it's not B. C sounds kind of weird. What's the entire question? I mean, is that
Yeah,
the
it's a weird.
censure itself? Yeah.
You want to know what I think C
and
means?
repeat.
I think C means not only the censure, but the underlying action. That's what I think
That very
C
well
means.
could be true. And I'm not sure about reconsideration, to be fair. Um, I know it's not A or B. However, does it open the entire action to debate? I would say yes, it does, because if you're debating the censure itself, the motion to censure, you have to go into the underlying reasons and the entire question underneath it. So I think it can be reconsidered. So I'm going to go with C.
It is C, but I want to look this up. I want to look up why it's not reconsiderable. Because I didn't know whether it was or it wasn't. But it seems to me equity would demand that it not be, because like you shouldn't have that hanging over your head. And I know a removal motion isn't reconsiderable. Don't ask me how I know that, but I do.
No, we know. So where are we looking?
I don't know. How come censure isn't in these motions? In the back, I'm looking at the back panel here. Okay, well, let me look here. 125, 19 through 20. But I think that's just going to tell you whether it's a main motion or not. I'm going to look in the index because I think we need to look elsewhere for this, but let me look.
No, just one sentence. Since the main motion, just the motion to ratify or to censure is a main motion, it is debatable and opens the entire question to debate.
But why isn't it reconsiderable? That's what I want to know.
That's a question.
137. I'm looking at some other pages here.
Sure. That's going to amend.
137. What line number? It doesn't give me a line number. It just says 137. I don't like the old version. It just gives you page numbers, and then you got to look. And that just says that you can amend it, and we already knew that. 344. I don't know why it can't be reconsidered. I could see how a yes vote can't, but I don't see how a no vote can't.
I don't get this either.
344. Nope, it doesn't really talk about it there. 451, because it starts getting into disciplinary censures, which is different. 451.
Well, the standard characteristic of a main motion, as characteristic 8 back on page 104 says it can be reconsidered, and there isn't an exception there listed.
But censure is not is an incidental motion.
But it's still a incidental main motion.
Yeah, but incidental ones I don't think can be reconsidered. I think that's what we're doing. What the problem is. 643. I know that deals with the disciplinary.
You're right. You're right. Incidentals aren't appealable except for an appeal from the decision from the rule of the chair.
Right. Okay. So this could. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. You know I hate classifications of motions. I fucking hate them. All right, yeah. We're on the second to last one. The motion to ratify, which would be an incidental main motion, right? Cannot be reconsidered. Right. So I'm wondering if it's A. B, we know it well, never mind, I'm not trying to answer for you. B is debatable.
Yeah. We know that's
true. C requires a 2/3 vote for adoption.
Nope.
D is not amenable.
Also,
amendable. There should be a D
Yeah,
in there.
I'm sorry.
It definitely can be.
This is B.
So it's debatable. So it can be reconsidered.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because it's considered a main motion.
But isn't it an incidental main motion?
So, I don't think so. Because it's
59, you're right, it is B, but I thought ratify is an incidental main motion, which means some incidental main motions can be reconsidered. Why can't censure be reconsidered? That's what I want to know. And it's not in the table at the back, because that's where I'm looking. I'm looking at the table at the back.
I'm hitting the index. Let's see here now.
Ratify class is a main motion. It's not. So ratify is not an incidental main motion. It's just a main motion. That's why.
Actually, no. No, it does say ratify as incidental main motion. It's on 124.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the index and it just says M.
Because 124, line 24, the motion to ratify, also called approve or confirm, is an incidental main motion that is used to confirm or make valid action already taken.
Well, that's what I thought. Anyway, well, I'm not worried about it. You know I fucking hate classifications of motions. All right. Well, it makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what am I doing here? This is what I'm looking
You killed it. There you go.
No, wait. I'm looking for this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
no.
ratify again. A, requires 2/3. B, is not debatable. C, needs no second. D, opens the entire question to debate. This is fucking easy.
Yes, it is, because it does not require a 2/3. It is very much debatable. It does need a second. Therefore, it opens the entire question to debate.
Yes!
D.
And we are done. But we have a remaining question that I am going to research. Why can't you reconsider a motion to censure?
It's a great question.
And some
don't ask
quatch
me.
says because you can't unsay a warning. And I agree with that. But just because something can be reconsidered doesn't mean both an affirmative and a negative vote can be reconsidered. Sometimes you can only reconsider one of the two. Why can't you reconsider a negative vote on a motion to censure?
Consider a negative vote. So the negative vote would mean that the censure went down.
Right. See, and the reason why I think you can't reconsider a positive vote, because you could just rescind it. And a rescission would have the same effect. But why can't you reconsider a negative vote on a motion to censure? Is it because it could just be renewed?
It could be renewed.
Not that session, though.
I think the bigger argument is that if someone on the failing side wishes to try to reconsider the motion, you
have to be on the winning side to reconsider.
Right, but you're saying, but if it fails, they can try to reconsider it. If it for some reason, I think it could wind up being dilatory, I guess, for lack of a better way to describe it.
Well, there was a section in where I was looking that was under dilatory, so that could be the reason. But I want to do some more research into that. Now, I understand why you can't reconsider a positive vote, because you could just rescind it. And you can renew it, but not at the same session. But why can't you reconsiders only at the same session anyway. So that should go without saying. People who say, oh, we're going to reconsider a motion from last meeting, I'm sorry, don't be retarded. You can only reconsider things in the same session. You're not reconsidering if you're in a new session. Learn the difference between session and me. Yeah. But anyway, I'm interested in that. I'm going to research that. And maybe somebody will come up with it. Yeah, it's an interesting question. Yeah. All right, that's all we got for tonight, and I am dying for. Let's go back to the main screen. So when are you taking your test?
Currently, it's been rescheduled now to go down in the fall, and without off the top of my head, I want to say that is in October.
Okay. All right, just curious. You know they're having a convention
Yeah.
in September. I wish I had the money to go.
Yeah, Sylvia actually asked me that question earlier today, actually. So, but yeah, the reasoning for those who didn't hear it initial is that I originally was going to be slated to take it yesterday, but we decided not to and postpone it out further for a couple of reasons. One was just more time to study because I had a large lapse in studying because of other things going on. There's been some things happening in my personal life that I have to address, which is nothing, nothing's no troubles. It's all, house problems. And we got to deal with that combined with work levels picked up at the office. And it's just a combination of a bunch of different things that have created a logjam of priorities. So this had to slip.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to go to the convention, but maybe next year when there's no LP convention. It's just too much in one year. Do they have conventions every year?
Maybe when it's, I don't know.
I think they do.
Richard would know that one, but
Or I might, if I can find the money, do the online courses because you have to get CLEs and all that crap. Okay, everyone. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have a show tomorrow. I don't know. It depends. There's a lot of shit going on next week, so not sure. Got a long show in last night. I've got more court filings to do that I'm not talking about here. And yeah, that will be it. So have a good night, everyone. And thank you, Mike. It was good to get back in the saddle.
indeed it was.
All right. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
See you all later.
Favor! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.